Robert B. Reich, The State of the Disunion. Editors note the opinions in this article are the authors, as published by our content partner, and do not necessarily represent the views of MSN or Microsoft. Donald Trump promised that his State of the Union address would focus on unification. But Trump advocates the man thrives on divisiveness. It's how he keeps him. There's another reason Trump has aimed to divide and why he continuously pours salt into the nation's deepest wounds over ethnicity, immigration, race, and gender. He wants to divert attention from the biggest and most threatening divide of all, the widening imbalance of wealth and power between the vast majority, who have little or none, and a tiny minority, who are accumulating just about all. Divide. Over the last 4 decades, while the median wage has barely budged, the incomes of the richest 0.1% have increased by more than 300%, and the incomes of the top 0.001%, the 2,300 richest Americans, have soared by more than 600%. The net worth of this grotesque imbalance is undermining American democracy. No secret there. In fact, but he never attacked the American oligarchy, and his divide-and-conquer strategy as president has disguised his efforts to make the oligarchy even stronger. His tax cuts, his evisceration of labor laws, his filling of cabinet and sub-cabinet positions with corporate shills, and his rollbacks of health, safety, environmental and financial regulations all made the super-rich far richer, at the expense of average Americans. Meanwhile, he and his fellow Republicans continue to suppress votes. Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell has denounced Democratic proposals to increase voter turnout, even calling the idea of making Election Day a federal holiday. Sitting behind Trump for his State of the Union address will be Nancy Pelosi, the formidable Speaker of the House, who refused to blink when Trump closed the U.S. government in order to fund his wall at the Mexican border. Has Trump met his match in Pelosi? The real question. In recent weeks, Senators Elizabeth Warren and some Democratic presidential hopefuls are also proposing to expand access to health insurance by creating Medicare for all. Polls show strong public support, but the corporate Democrats who still bankroll much of the party are not happy with this drift to the putative left. Michael Bloomberg, the billionaire former New York mayor, now considering a presidential run as a Democrat, warns that when you try to redistribute wealth you get Venezuela. Howard Schultz, Trump, along with the Republicans and perhaps some corporate Democrats, would rather opponents focus on the same ethnic, racial, and gender differences he uses to divide and conquer. But Democratic leaders and candidates appear to understand that the largest threat to the State of the Union, one that trumps all others, rendering it all but impossible to address anything else, is the deepening divide of wealth and power between the many and the few. Robert Reich's latest book is The
Raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.